guess they're just trying to 5-man, and Luna's a really good 5-man carry, but I still don't like it. Because Universe can spike Carapace to reflect like this lane winnable now for Sumail is he took away a full lane of creeps from CTY.
Yeah, he's basically next leveling the support task. He gave Universe a pretty decent lane. Unfortunately, he's going to die now, though. That's going to be our first blood. Goes to DDC. Grab his boots up. So it looks like Universe just a bit too far forward. But that goes as EHOME clear through stacks.
This is what I was talking about in the very beginning of the game. I don't know if they switched to us in time, but Luna's such a weak hero that you can just rotate in and kill her. And she's not even going to have enough time to pop anything.
Nope. Immediately taken out by the snowball and silenced up as well, unable to get off.
Decided to de-ward that ward, but Sumail just might want to walk away with DDC at the very least.
Yeah, Smoke. Not the hero they really wanted, but it's something they just have to contend.
And they are actually smoked up. They want to take this top tower after this gank. AUI is not even the main target here. It's just that the lane is pushing in, and this is an easy push right after.
Good time for it. Quickly being able to burst down. He's going to be cleared through. YJ will get his Ogre Club. Bottom closing up. DDC going to be picked up there by the Orchid. Sumail immediately TPing out.
So EG, it's not even like they're behind or anything like that. It makes it sound like they are.
A lot of he's going to be able to catch AUI, and he actually grabbed the illusions. He's going to be a bit of downside. That just means that extra Splinter Blast nuke will kill him all the faster.
You don't want to just immediately get the butter and hope, because most of the damage is nukes. And Sumail topped. I mean, he's looking for it right now, and DDC's running away. He does have the mana pool to do this, and this might just mean another pick-off for Sumail. Nobody's even close to DDC, and Sumail's just ruining DDC's life.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go for the TP out there, but I guess he assumed that Sumail's going to be able to...
Like, nothing. You can't just keep delaying these pushes and saying, we'll wait, we'll wait, we'll wait. You're comfortable with this type of timing that you're going to hit, and this might actually work out perfectly as they're going to get the wraparound smoke.
PPD, the first telekinesis into the split earth, trying to burst him down. Does manage to get on the snowball. Luna takes some damage from the Universe. It looks like our touch should still be falling. He gets out some damage with the Walrus Punch and the Ice Shards, but in the end, that 5-man smoke does manage to find a pick-off on just a support EHOME. I was about to say that both sides. You've got the Vacuum Winter's Curse on one side, but then you've got the Storm Spirit.
Oh, the PPD's going to get caught out here.
Yeah, they do have maybe a snowball to save him. No, he turns around, but he's being placed on ROTK. So CTY.
They sniped the courier too, though.
So a 5th kill finally on the board for EHOME.
Oh, they see Vision of Sumail right now. CTY is going to try to use him from Vision, but Sumail's going to spot this coming with his Remnant.
Yeah, they actually hit PPD. Hit with Mules. Split Earth will land this time. PPD is going to be bursting down, but at the same time, Sumail makes his interest. Nice vacuum in, but they still don't have DDC. Actually puts the Winter's Curse onto Sumail. The rest of EHOME turning now to deal with him, but he managed to get the jump into the river. He's good. Meanwhile, Fear, he's popped his BKB and is trying to fight up against 3 different heroes, but BKB will run out eventually, and it seems he's just running out of time. He's going to try and finish off ROTK, but not even that is possible. EHOME do take the fight, getting 3 in exchange for just their Ruben.
Yeah,
EG have to stop this. I mean,
they're the best team in the world at fighting Roshan when they're behind.
Here comes 4-man smoke up. How do they lead things off here? Universe does have the Blink Dagger to start things with jump in, EG. They actually spread themselves out. They don't realize that Roshan was actually happening, it seems like. Universe jumps forward, but there's a blink over to the side from ROTK. PPD and some Sumail's going for it right now. Activated Lana is actually going to be the target here on Gyrocopter, but the Winter's Curse plugs the wall. Is going to be the target. Sumail now jumps in, going for ROTK. Has to jump itself out, though, as it realizes the team fight is totally lost. EHOME will now clean up the rest of the heroes. Lana will be taken out by Sumail, who now jumps over to get DDC as well. Still has some mana left, but hit by the Split Earth and the last couple of right clicks. Maybe not worth it to get those 2 supports, but EHOME now try and challenge for Roshan. Sumail buys back, and he's got a lot of mana. He makes a long range jump, going for CTY, almost lands on top of him, but he does still get CTY. Now man fights against YJ.
He's up the gem too.
He's running himself out. He's low on mana, but just enough to be able to get over this cliff. So he gets the Lesh rank, takes the gem, but at the same time, EHOME will still claim Roshan.
Does he still go for this? No way.
The multi-maneuver, but he's not fast enough. Aegis is now grabbed by CTY.
That was such an incredibly close fight. If that Winter's Curse, though, destroyed them. Like, they weren't able to put out any damage. Oh, this was greedy.
At the very least, you can be happy that he wasn't the one who grabbed the Aegis, because maybe he would have died a second time there. But,
this is just going to be a free tower for EHOME, and not enough time for EG to respond.
Glyph is there. Tier 2 gets taken at the middle lane. Top tier 2 being threatened as well. CTY. Here comes the initiation. Universe actually misses that one. Now pops the spike here, but the CTY already pops BKB. Meanwhile, Adam's able to get away thanks to the Glimmer Cape. Fear now making his entrance. There goes that Winter's Curse, holding him in as best as possible. A couple little lightning strikes, and PD is forced into a defensive snowball now. He's going to be heading back in, but EHOME, as they lose their BKBs, start manning down a little bit. Now the next initiation. Once again, Universe kind of missing up on that one. Sumail still able to get Lanham. CTY, though, is healthy as ever. Needs to turn this fight. RTK gets a decent vacuum, but still no follow-up from the rest of EHOME. YJ is just a little bit low, but they're going to try and commit for the ranks now. Skywrath Mage dropping lower as the bouncing blades starts getting to him, and he will end up dying to the splitter at the very tail end of that fight. The rest of EG just too low on mana and HP to punish EHOME.
Do you still complete the Manta, this late on the Luna? You might. They actually have...
Oh, Universe, hello! Yeah, they have countervision, my friend, and now that's the gem dropped. It's game number 2 between Evil Geniuses. EHOME are desperate for a win. They've lost too many games that have been close. Shiva's now complete for CTY as well. YJ is already dropping a bit low. Of course, he's got a Satanic and Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
If it costs him half of his HP, and yeah, as he backs up, he immediately gets both an Urn as well as a Cold Embrace to heal him back up to full.
He still has the Manta too, so going for the high ground right here is not that big of an issue for EHOME. They just are so afraid of losing this fight.
Sword again, trying to
Universe on the side though.
Yeah, they try and grab him, and Sumail jumping in on DDC, but immediately the Ghost Scepter's there to be able to defend. Down, Universe still doesn't find quite the opening he's looking for, and now that they've sort of been stunted, EHOME surge right back into the enemy base to be able to see that melee rack. Universe comes back in, Sumail jumping for bottom this time, but again, the Ghost Scepter is there. Sumail just has no effectiveness against that now. We do have our Luna dropping the Aegis. Fear actually gets control, but Winter's Curse really doesn't do much there. YJ's going to be in a bad position because he doesn't have his BKB, but of course there's the Cold Embrace to keep him alive. Now Sumail actually hit by the Dual Scepter, plus the Split Earth combination, controls him a little bit, but a good force down to the side helps get him away. The ultimate out from YJ chases away the rest of Evil Geniuses, and they manage to actually do a lot, forcing EHOME to drop the Aegis and a couple of their heroes.
Oh, that bounce!
Oh, wow. Universe stuck down. Sumail's now going to jump in and going for Lanham. They have a really good call down to be able to slow down the rest of EHOME. This could be EG cleaning up. They get one of the supports, but now YJ and CTY are still looking very healthy, and he's got the Satanic on top of that. Fear falls. He doesn't have a buyback. Evil Geniuses, this is just, they have too much of a deficit facing EHOME.
Radiant's middle
YJ got past the cheese, I think, in the middle of that fight at the same time. Yeah, it was used by him, and pops the Satanic to get to full. Storm is still alive.
Sumail looked for an opening there on one of the supports or something, but EHOME, this would... I'm not sure what really changed between Game 1 and Game 2 for them to get that kind of... They don't realize that Roshan was actually happening, it seems like. Universe jumps forward, but there's a blink over to the side from RTK. PPD and some Sumail's going for it right now. Activated Lanham. It's actually going to be the target here on Terracopter, but the Winter's Curse, blood in the wall is going to be the target. Sumail now jumps in, going for RTK, has to jump himself out, though, as he realizes the team fight is totally lost. EHOME will now clean up the rest of the heroes. Lanham will be taken out by Sumail, who now jumps over to get DDC as well. Still has some mana left, but hit by the Split Earth and the last couple of right clicks. Maybe not worth it to get those two supports, but EHOME now trying to challenge for Roshan. Sumail buys back, and he's got a lot of mana. He makes a long range jump, going for CTY, almost lands on top of him, but he does still get CTY. Now man fights against YJ.
He's up the gem too.
He's running himself out. He's low on mana, but just enough to be able to get over this cliff. So he gets the Lesh rank, takes the gem, but at the same time, EHOME will still claim Roshan.
Does he still go for this? No way.
He ballsy maneuver, but he's not fast enough. Aegis is now grabbed by CTY.
That was such an incredibly close fight. If things had broken a little bit for EG, that Winter's Curse, though, destroyed them. Like, they weren't able to put out any damage. Oh, this was greedy.
At the very least, you can be happy that he wasn't the one who grabbed the Aegis, because maybe he would have died a second time.